All right, digging in the crates in full and total effect. Your man Pearly Q in the building. I want to welcome everybody. All right, Ted Cruz. What's going on? What's? I tell you, when I think they can't get any more ridiculous, here they come. They keep outdoing themselves with the level. 5D shenanigans, 4D, whatever. It's 5D now. Again, when you think they can't do anything else, like, nah, they wouldn't. You wouldn't do that. Hey. Oh, man. All right. Ted Cruz putting himself out there. I got this interesting clip about this pastor. I can't even remember. Anyway, IG clip. Fight breaks out. Again, man. Let's just play the intro. All right, how's everybody doing? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Listen here. Follow us. All social media links in the description. All right. For everybody watching on FB, we're going to drop some, this is digging in the crates. So we do have some music coming up. UTFO, man. I'm digging in the crates. We're in 85. One of the songs, again, that growing up, again, inspired me. Their DJs, somebody you probably never heard of, or he didn't get, as much, I guess, recognition as he should have, but Mixmaster Ice. He was a guy that you didn't know who he was. He always had the ninja outfit on. Again, if you're rocking with us, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, look it up. It's all good. I know we got some younger viewers checking out, and that's good. Y'all should be watching and learning. Look up UTFO. All right, look up their videos. They have videos, and so again, their marketing game was tight. They was one of the first groups that had the guy, you didn't know who he was, he just showed up. E-Croft was another one. And they're kind of from the same camp. E-Croft was Full Forces DJ, right? UTFO, they were close back in the day. And E-Croft was the same thing. He was like this character, he was like a cartoon character. But then even when they did show him in, like he had this, I don't know what he was supposed to be. He kind of looked like the Martian guy from Looney Tunes. That's what he. So E-Croft, but Mixmaster Ice. Anyway, leader of the pack, man. Because we're on our hip hop stuff around here. All right. And yeah, that's again a song, and this is another thing that you don't DJ element as far as today's music goes. It's kind of non-existent, but back again in the beginning, the DJ, was obviously a big deal. You couldn't really do an album without having a track or two just for the DJ, right? So again, this is another one of those tracks, leader of the pack, where, Mixmaster Ice showing off his skills, UTFO, this is our DJ, he's dope. And, that was, again, that was, common. Okay. Again, you didn't do an album without, a track, at least one track, dedicated to your DJ, telling people about the DJ, just like, Run DMC, another popular example. All right, Jam Master Jay jamming, all their albums had a song, with just Jam Master Jay. Was another one. Twin Hype, for some reason, they're popping into my head. But they had Do It to the Crowd. Okay, so, Twin Hype and King Shamik, and he's still doing his thing on social media. And like I said, I'm surprised I even remembered that right now, but that popped into my head. It's one of, that type of track. Again, the DJ track. Hey, salute to the DJ. Shout out to the DJ. Pay respects to the DJ. So yeah, hope everybody enjoys that. We have that coming up. Leader of the pack, UTFO. Like I said, man, Ted Cruz is getting a lot of attention. We're gonna show y'all. We're gonna tell y'all why. If you don't already know, I'm gonna tell y'all. And yeah, a lot more. So stay tuned. All right, we're gonna get started. Let's drop that intro. This is Digging in the Crates on the Pearly Q podcast. Let's go.
What we're gonna do right here is go back into time.
Digging in the crates.
What's all that scratching at the back door?
Digging in the crates.
I never heard such a commotion.
Oh yeah. Digging in the crates.
Do not attempt to adjust your dial.
Digging in the crates.
How you like me now?
If your equipment isn't properly set up, you might be missing some of the benefits that stereo can provide.
Digging in the crates.
Coming out your stereo.
Digging in the crates.
As we go a little something like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be playing nothing but the best
hip-hop and R&B
ever recorded.
Hey y'all,
The Poor Boys.
talking on your radio.
Good boy, sucker.
Oh yeah. Yes, indeed. Digging in the crates, man. We are about to get busy here. Let's just get straight to the music. All right. UTFO on deck. 1985, leader of the pack. Mixmaster Ice, man, was no joke. Again, inspired me, okay, when I was coming up and learning how to DJ. This was one of those songs where I played it over and over again, you know, to try and, duplicate the scratching and the cutting he was doing. You know, Mixmaster Ice was crazy with it when it came to the, what do they call it, stab, the stab cut. Well, let me see, hold up. That, okay. Mixmaster Ice, that's how I learned how to do it. So. All right. Again, that's how you learned, okay? Practice. So yeah, let's get into it. Y'all don't want to hear, well, maybe want to hear me. We'll do that though. We'll do some scratching. I do that every now and then. We jump on here and do some clinics, have some fun. Why am I freezing up? Hang on, y'all. Okay. Good Lord, I got notifications going off. All right, let's get into it. All right, sorry, somebody's messaging me. It never fails. Every time I try to do something live, man. All right, how's everybody doing? Links in the description, okay, if we get cut off on FB, because I am, we are going to start playing this music. Jump onto YouTube, all right? And, continue, you can continue watching on YouTube with no issues, or Twitch, okay? Or any of the other links in the description, all right? Now let's get into it. Digging in the crates. UTFO, leader of the pack. Oh yeah.
DJ Pearly Q.
He got the streets on fire. And it's them mixtapes too. That's how it came up. Them mixtapes.
UTFO, leader of the pack.
Mixmaster.
Well, all across the metropolitan USA, everybody with a mouth talking about a DJ. Mixmaster.
DJ Ice. To be precise, the boy is nice. Cause he can cut butter, cut records, cut a girl in two. And all your whack DJs got the mess out of you.
He'll cut paper, cut bread, cut down a tree.
And make you wish you were dead when you might as well be.
As a matter of fact,
To be exact, this is not fiction, this is all fact. The man in the back is dressed in black. He's gone where we go.
cutting up the storm, going on strong all night long or go on.
He's down by law with the force crew, and you can say I'm on his cause you are too. Some people say that we're the village people of rhyme, cause we all
I'm the soldier of love, can't go, I never run, cause I possess the medals for the battles I won.
And I'm Dr. Ice, so debonair. You can tell that I'm a doctor by the clothes that I wear. And I'm the world's most educated rapper, MD. And I'm causing much damage in the place to be.
And as a matter of fact,
To be exact, this is not fiction, this is all fact. The man in the back is dressed in black.
he's gone what we call.
Yes, he is above the average man, and he'll cut up any DJ he can. He started from the bottom and took the right route. Now the scratches are playing that without a doubt. The way I'm going now, I think I passed my peak. We can't go kick an EMP. We'll never get weak. Rhymes are written every day and never forgot. Sometimes it's hip hop or it might have a plot. So write a devil rap till the rapper is neat. But the MC ain't fresh unless he's rotting the beat. And the week, every week, it's got to be tough and original. That's when I say it's rough. From my point of view, that's how I feel. And when I say it, then you know it's real. If I'm the price on your school, if they're on the bus, and soon you'll be saying in Doc we trust.
Well, I'm not into surgery, I'm not into books, and I may not look the way that you imagine I look, but I'm looking good, baby, and you best believe that. Cause when they said can't go, they meant the hat. Now when they said sticky, they meant me, of course. When they said you TFO, they meant untouchable force. Let us skip that subject and go on to other things. I got a message, and the message I bring is I got to look, you want to know better. I'm not your dad, but I consider myself to never be a loser to none. Cause I possess the medals for the battles I won. And the way I perform, I ought to be sued. Cause I specialize in being nothing but rude. The leaders of the pack is the one in command. Comprehend, capiche, come understand. Yo, what's this? 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 What's this? What's this?
Beware the fury of indigenous land. I'll discombobulate any rapper I can. My superior vernacular will keep me ahead. Most of you are cogitating what I just said, but that's just a morsel. I'm very discreet, and the formula for rap like this can't be beat. It's not that you do, it can't be condemned, and my preeminent thought will linger on to the end, cause I'm exemplary in grammar. I was always inclined. Intellectual verses like this are hard to find. The elementary I always obtain. Interesting literature that's good for your brain. And if I was a Mexican, I'd wear a sombrero. If I was a soldier, I'd probably be a hero. But I'm not, I'm into rap, and I'm down with the niggas.
Mix master ice. Mix master ice. Mix master ice. Mix master ice. Mix master ice.
Did you like that, huh?
If you're all excited and you like it like that, don't tell me.
DJ Pearly Q.
You ain't representing. You ain't keeping it real.
Court Boys.
Yeah, that's right. You ain't representing. You ain't representing. We representing over here, people. Digging in the crates. UTFO 85, I believe. Leader of the pack. Mixmaster Ice, man. He was again. That's how I, that was one of the cats I would listen to. And yes, practice. And that's how I learned how to scratch. Okay, he was one of those cats. Jazzy Jeff was another one. Mixmaster Ice again. I said like cats like King Shamik. A lot of DJs back in the day. As far as the scratching goes, okay, that were ill with the scratching. That's why I got into DJing. Okay, that's why I wanted to learn how to do it. I couldn't break dance. Okay, I couldn't rap. So it was like, but I wanted to participate, right, in hip hop. And so that's how I started DJing. I'm like, well, I can't backspin. I can't do none of that. Can't rap. So DJing was something that I could learn how to do. And that's what I did. I practiced by listening to people like, Mixmaster Ice, other DJs like that. Jam Master Jay, of course, DJ Premier, later on. But back in the day in the 80s and 90s, early, mid-late 80s, early 90s, it was cats like, Mixmaster Ice from UTFO, man. That's where we started learning the school of DJing and scratching, all right, cutting and scratching. Turntablism. You see the turntables. They're kind of back there right now as of but that's how we, hey man, that's how we get down. That's how we get down. So digging into crates. All right, let's get into it, man. The show, some interesting stories here. Let's get into it, man. Ted Cruz I just don't understand. I just don't understand why these people do these things. I really don't understand. But yeah, so for those who don't know, and I didn't know how bad it was, but Texas, they're going through, some bad weather, ice storms and very cold weather now, and they have, they're having issues with the power. People are literally freezing to death because there's no power and it's very cold. And so I guess, and again, I don't understand if you're Ted Cruz, why you would do something like this. But apparently, Ted Cruz, decided to, in the midst of all this going on in his state, Ted Cruz decides to go down, to take a little family vacation down to Cancun. I'm at a loss. I'm like, are you people serious right now? But yeah, let's see. Let's see what's going on here. They got a video. Let's play this. It's just him getting back. I think he's coming back. Okay. That's just him coming back. Okay, so they have a timeline here. Again, the hot sheets, TMZ, they're on top of it. Shout out to TMZ for staying on top of this stuff. Hey, how's everybody doing? I see everybody checking in. What's up? We'll get to the comments shortly here. So 10:21 a.m. Senator Ted Cruz just issued a statement about his Cancun trip. Says, with school canceled this week, our girls asked to take a trip with friends. Wanting to be a good dad, I flew down with them last night and am flying back this afternoon. So, right. Don't blame it on your kids. Okay? Don't blame it on your kids. You come on. Again, right now, you think that's a good idea. Right now, Mr. Ted Cruz, Mr., Senator Ted Cruz, you're with the job that you have. You think that's really a good idea. Okay? Come on. Don't blame it on the kids. Don't blame it on the kids. Let's keep going. Because TMZ is on top of this, as usual. So it goes on to say, if Cruz is saying he went down to chaperone his kids for the flight, he didn't mention that his wife was with them, and she could have done it. By the way, he was carrying a suitcase. So again, they're on top of it. They got the timeline. So again, if your excuse is, well, yeah, the girls wanted to go, so again, you really think that's a good idea? Appearances are everything, right? That's all it is. Okay, politics, appearances, perceptions. And you think in the middle of what's going on in Texas right now, you think it's a good look. When, yeah, your wife could have took the girls down there. You really didn't have to go. And that's the issue here. I think that's what most people are saying. All right. So 10:04 a.m. It's happening. Ted Cancun Cruz is dragging his luggage to a flight back to Houston amid all the backlash he's receiving. We'll see if his constituents are happy to welcome him home. Well, this is rich. Jake Sherman from the Punch Bowl is reporting Cruz is now on standby at the airport, and they're all over this stuff, in Cancun, trying to get an upgrade on a flight back to Houston just hours after he landed. Seems the heat is getting to him, and we're not talking the temperature. So what's happened so far, okay? And again, shout out to the hot sheets for providing the timeline and everything. So what it looks like, again, he had a suitcase. Now, maybe it wasn't his. I don't know. But what it looks like and what they're alluding to here, looks like that he planned on staying for, he planned on going down there for a little while, not just going down to chaperone them and, like see them off. Like, again, why would you do that? I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. You take them to the airport, say bye, and then, your wife and the kids get on the plane, they go. So what it looks like is that, he was going to go, hang out for go hang out in Cancun. But then I guess, he changed, when people started, and rightfully so, started calling him on the BS, he decided to jump back on a plane or try and get on the next plane back to Texas. Again, why do these people do this stuff? Why do they do this? I really don't understand. Other than, are you doing it, again, I say this all the time, are you trying to piss people off? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think they keep, because this is beyond, like, where's your common sense? Again, even if you don't have any, you have people around you. Where are your advisors, and what do they call them? Your assistants. And like, nobody said, hey, Mr. Cruz, that's probably not a good look, with the optics, whatever, That's my professional political job person accent. Mr. Cruz, that probably, the optics on this aren't that appealing. We should probably reconsider. I don't know. Didn't there somebody that would have said something? Oh man. So again, I'm at a loss. I really can't believe these people are doing these things. And it goes on to say here, because again, we're getting a play-by-play. There's only one Texan who's warm right now, and that's Texas Senator Ted Cruz, who bolted to Cancun with his family while millions in his state suffer. Again, I can't believe this guy actually did this. Photos show the Republican senator hanging out in the United Club lounge and boarding a flight to Mexico with his family. An incredible sight as people are literally, dying in Cruz's state, just trying to stay warm. So here, so this is where hip hop meets conspiracy. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because again, this goes beyond, bad judgment. This goes beyond, oh, my bad. I wasn't really thinking, here's my opinion. Here's my opinion. Okay. Again, these people know exactly what they're doing. Okay. There's no excuse. Okay. Again, if Ted Cruz was, again, somebody on his team should have, would have advised him, that no, we can't do that today. Not today. Okay. Not today, Mr. Cruz. Can't do that today. But for some reason, so it still happened. The thing is, it's happened, right? He did it because he chose to. Okay. In the midst of everything that's going on, he chose to get on a plane and go to Cancun with his family. Again, your family, they can do what they want. Okay, Mr. Senator Cruz, you know, you need to sit your ass down and act like you're trying to do something, you know, to help solve these issues you're having, okay, with this crisis that's going on in your state. Isn't that what they're supposed to be doing? You know, isn't that what politicians are? Isn't that their job? So, you know, so here we go. Here we go with the conspiracy theories. I think they do these things to again to piss people. They know, you know what's going to happen when you do this, okay? And I want you guys to leave your thoughts in the comments. But because here's my opinion on this. These people are not, again, they know you're going to do something like this. You know what's going to happen. You know what people are going to say. You know how it's going to look, right? But you choose to do it anyway. So my opinion here is that they know exactly what they're doing, and they're doing it for a reason. Now, again, why? Why would you want people to see you going to Cancun in the middle of all this? Do you want them to think that, yeah, we don't give a shit about you, I'm going to Cancun, to hell with y'all? Because that's what it looks like. Okay, again, everybody leave your comments, leave your thoughts. All right, we'll get to them in a minute. But that, for me, because you see these people, when I say these people, these politicians, you know, you see them doing things like this all the time. Okay, they do these things all the time. And it's not because they're, you know, again, they don't know what they're doing, or, oh, you know, I didn't understand. They know exactly what it is. And in my opinion, they do it on purpose, again, because they want you to know that they don't care about you. Why else would you do something like that? Mr. Cruz, why would you do something like that? Why would you jump on a plane in the middle of, you know, this power crisis you're having, freezing temperatures, people freezing literally to death? You're going to get on a plane and go to Cancun? What does that say? If I'm living in Texas, I don't got to be, but it says to me that you're just saying, you know, F you guys. I don't, I don't care. That's what that says to me. So somebody else, you know, you guys let me know what you think. Okay, but when you do something like that, and we say it all the time here, watch what these people do. Never mind what they say. You know, the old saying, actions speak louder than words. Watch what they do. Yeah, he'll come back and he'll, you know, forget about what you got to say after you did it, man. Like, what you did. You know, so the question is, you know, yeah, what are they really doing this for? In my opinion, again, it's kind of, you know, they want to tell you to your face, yeah, we do what we want. You know, that's what I get. That's what I take away from this, and from when, you know, and other examples of behavior like this. Look here, we do what we want. Y'all just sit down, you know, whatever comes to the stimulus, you know, you should shut up, $2,000 or $4,000, shut up. Take this $600 check. We do what we want. You know, yeah, we know we ruin the economy. We know, but no, you know, just do what we tell you. While, you know, again, while we do what we want, you know, look, man, but this is beyond. Okay, to me, this is like, wow. I have no words. Let me go on here with the article. But it's true, while millions of his fellow Texans are without power and water and are literally freezing during this winter ice storm, Ted's off to a Cancun resort for some fun in the sun. I don't know if that's his wife, I think, you know, the kids. Look, again, man, you know, just like the Gorilla Glue thing, you know, look, that lady knew exactly what she was doing. Okay, talk about Gorilla Glue one more time. I hate doing it, but it's the same thing. In the beginning, people are like, well, how did you make that mistake? Well, it wasn't a mistake. Okay, she knew exactly, it was a stunt. It was a publicity stunt. She knew exactly what she was doing. That's all there is to it. And this is the same type of shit. It's not an accident. It's not a mistake. Mr. Ted Cruz knew exactly what he was doing when he packed his suitcase and went to the airport with his family and got on that plane to Cancun. Okay, he knew exactly what he was doing. Goes on to say here, Cruz was already facing criticism this week during the Texas power outages as a tweet resurfaced of him mocking California's failed energy policies when it experienced outages last August. So yeah, so he was talking shit about California not having their stuff together, and this is, and again, but that's my point. Again, that's my point. These people just say what they think, you know, we want to hear. That's what I mean. They talk out of both sides of their mouth and their ass at the same time. All right, that's what politicians do. So, you know, for me, like, that's what I mean. You can't really, how can you take anything they say seriously? I don't mean I don't listen. I listen to what they say, but, you know, but it's not, you know, believing them and listening to them is one thing. I mean, there's two different things. My bad. And again, so that just points out like the obvious hypocrisy. But again, that's their job. That's what they do. They contradict themselves all the time. They're hypocritical all the time. You know, we all know this. Goes on to say, as for his own state's power outages, Cruz threw in the towel, tweeting, "I got no defense. A blizzard strikes Texas and our state shuts down. Not good. Stay safe." Really? Goes on to say, Ted might want to start working on a defense while he's poolside in Mexico. And then there's more crazy stuff here. Good Lord. Mayor quits after calling residents lazy. What? All right. So let me get to the comments, y'all. Pull up the comments here. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think. What do you guys think about Ted Cruz? About Mr. Ted Cruz going to Cancun in the middle of this, again, serious, you know, they're having serious issues in Texas, okay, to say the least. Again, people are dying from the cold. That shouldn't be happening. Okay, really shouldn't be happening in 2021. Heather says, people are literally nuts. So, and Heather says, so he was on vacation before it happened. No. So from what the article is saying, no, he decided to go like in the middle of all this. Like he decided to say, yeah, I'm cold. Let me, we're going to go to Cancun. Like, no, it wasn't before. He went down there and then he turned around and came right back when people, again, you didn't realize if people found out what you were doing, you know, you weren't going to get some heat. But yeah, that's what happened. He went down in the middle of this. Thought he could, I don't know what he was thinking. Again, I don't know. That's the Jedi mind, you know, bullshit. Who knows? Heather says, the thing is, Cruz might rep Texas. However, he didn't want the green technology, nor did he vote for it. Still a creep move. Yeah, Heather says, yeah, something's up, is a distraction. Yeah, for sure. Again, it's very like, yeah, what is that about? What is that about? So yeah, what are you distracting us from? Exactly. That, you know, I don't know, people. I don't know, but this is what they're doing out here. Heather says, yeah, bad look. Yes. Yep. Bad look for sure. Heather says, yeah, the story's blowing up everywhere and masking urgent needs. Well, yeah. So, and again, I didn't know how bad it was down there until I heard, I was watching Lord Jamar's podcast last night. They were talking about it. I knew about, they were having some bad weather and stuff, but I didn't know, how bad it was. I know people, freezing to death. I didn't know, how severe, okay, the problem, the issue is, and the situation is. So, so why these people want to want to behave this way. And, you know, they wonder why people don't trust them. You know, you wonder why people like myself. You know, you start talking. If you're Ted Cruz, you're talking. I'm not even. It's like, you know, Charlie Brown. It's like, wah, 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 wah. You know, I can't even listen to you. Because, you know, you do things like this. It's like, what the hell am I going to waste my brain power and energy, you know, even listening to you for? Like, I can't. I can't. Okay. I can't listen to you. Now, I don't mean I don't pay attention and watch what you're doing. But like, you know, as far as like, yeah. Let's get on to the next story. This was an interesting one. As this popped up on IG, Tyrese shared this. You know, our good friend Tyrese seems to be doing better. You know, after his meltdown, you know, he got a lot of attention. You know, the meltdown he had a couple years back. He was going through financial issues and custody issues. So I think he's doing better now, and that's good. But he shared this. So this was an interesting. Hang on, let me make this bigger for you guys. All right, there we go. Oh, what's going on here? Hold up. Bad, I got to turn off the dark mode thing. All right. All right, so this is hang on, I forget where it is. I forget, but let me play it. Basically, fight breaks out, you know, as this pastor in this church asks for $1,000 offering from each member. It's craziness.
Church accountability, taking congregations to task for not serving the community in their estimation as those churches should. They say something doesn't add up when a pastor makes a lot of money, drives a luxury car, and yet the people who live near his church are in poverty. A scuffle inside the sanctuary after New Era Detroit protests during a worship service.
Let me go, man. Let's go.
Zeke, the leader of the group, offered no apologies for the dust-up at Great Faith Ministry Saturday, only the reasoning behind it.
This situation is bigger than just Wayne T. Jackson. This is about black churches and black pastors who live a lavish life on behalf of the people, and they're not giving back to their community.
He's referring to Bishop Wayne T. Jackson, the wealthy pastor that welcomed Donald Trump, drives a Rolls Royce, and lives in a mansion. Zeke was there for the offering Saturday.
When they started the offering at $1,000, and then they said if you don't got $1,000, then do $300. And if you don't got cash, then we got ATM machines. I don't understand that logic. I don't understand that way of thinking, and I don't understand that to be what religion is.
New Era Detroit says the neighborhood surrounding Great Faith Ministries is by and large impoverished.
This guy has networks, churches, fancy cars, you know what I mean, $1 million houses, and there's babies in this community that's going without food at night. Somebody has to be frustrated about this enough to do something that will get people's attention. And
church accountability, taking congregations to task for not.
All right. So, and look, this has been going on, okay? This has been going on for a very long time. All right. Again, just like politicians. Okay. I see a politician coming, a career politician coming my way, you know, I already know what it is, right? Same thing with these pastors. All right. Certain ones, you know what they're about. So yes, so this is in Detroit, but this again, my thing is at this point, okay, these people would not be able to operate if we did not allow them to. Okay, what do I mean by that? Why are you going to a church where a guy drives a Bentley? Okay, why are you going to a church that's in your raggedy neighborhood? All right. Giving these people all your money, and you see them stunting in your face, flossing, flossing harder than 50 Cent, like for real, like they stunt like rappers. These guys like this, these pastors that do this, they literally stunt like rappers. Really? So at this point, I can't even fault them. I can't even fault the pastors for doing what they do. Because at this point, look, people that go to that church, look, it's time to stop. It's time to stop. Don't go there no more. Stop giving those people your money. Look, I grew up, going to church just like everybody else. My grandmother, we all went, but my grandmother, went to a Christian church. Okay. And it was a bigger church, but the effery that's going on now, it wasn't, no. And it wasn't, and again, people, it wasn't, it was nothing like that. Okay. And now see, this is more the norm. Okay. What these types of organizations are doing, these pastors that are doing like this, there's come on, Jesse Jackson. Your boy Al Sharpton. All right. Again, and those people and these pastors like this that operate this way, and these organizations that operate this way, again, there's pictures, go look it up, man. These people, again, they're out here. I remember seeing, there was a picture of, your boy Al Sharpton and one of these other pastors, some other big church, and they're standing in front of the Bentley, again, stunting. Again, my question is, why are people volunteering for this? All right. The old, I always say this, people, because it bothers people. But when Kanye said, slavery is a choice, this is what I take it. See, this is a good example of, these people ain't holding a gun to your head. They got ATM machines at the church. Again, they're asking for the money. You're giving it to them. It's a very simple solution to this one is, why are y'all sitting? Yeah, you sitting broke down and whatever in your neighborhood, and this guy rolls up every Sunday in a Bentley, takes your money, and it rolls back out. When are people gonna, again, this shouldn't be, that church should be empty. Okay, that's my point. It's very simple. Let me know what you guys think. All right. Churches like this should be empty. Nobody should be going to them, and nobody should be giving them their money. Okay, when they're behaving this way. Okay, you know what they're about. Bentleys and come on. Lavish lifestyle. Again, how many these people are able to operate because people keep giving them their money. So I can't fault these people. They're not doing anything wrong. It's voluntary. Okay. And I get it why people are upset. Well, you can't save everybody. All right. I mean, if those people in that church, why are you getting mad? Because they're asking for $1,000. You shouldn't be there. All right. If you got family that are doing that, look, they want to do that. There's really nothing you can shoot. That's it. They choose to do that. So the problem ain't the pastors. The problem is, I guess people are expecting, again, expectations are everything. See, here's the problem. People are expecting to give, why? Yeah. Okay. Y'all live in lavish, blah, blah, blah. And the community is in poverty. So again, expectations. People are expecting too much. You're expecting them to help. Obviously, they're not about helping the community. They're about helping themselves. So once you figure that out, and again, that ain't hard to figure out. I'm sure it didn't start out with the Bentley. I'm sure the guy had a Cadillac first and worked his way up to the Bentley. But at what point are you going to see what these people, you see what they're doing? At what point are you going to say, oh, okay, this ain't for me? Nah, I can't be a part. No, that's okay. I'll keep my, yeah. I mean, at what point are you going to stop, participating? That's my opinion on that. Let me know what you guys think. I grew up going to church, and I do know, look, everybody in, all the pastors I knew were good pastors. When I say good pastors, I mean, they weren't about, you know, and I, you know, again, they weren't about like, yeah, you didn't roll up, you know, you just didn't you weren't doing this stuff. I was not, you know, you weren't doing that. I mean, not, you know, again, not the people, you know, the church that we went to. I went to a couple of different ones. And there was one in particular, I remember, a pastor. His name was Pastor Broom. He was, oh man, he was from Africa. I can't remember exactly where, but he was, he had just came over from Africa. He's one of the last pastors I knew. And, you know, again, like, so this is, in regards to, there are good people out there with good intentions when it comes to, you know, religion, you know, like really there to help the community, right? So let me break this down and tell this story while I remember it. It just popped in my head. So my mother had passed away the summer of right before I started my senior year, and it was a church that my grandma was going to, and he was the pastor. He was Pastor Broom. He was here. This is back in Connecticut. He came over from Africa, and he started his church, very small. So he was just starting. But, you know, again, see, I grew up, you know, the way you're supposed to be, as far as, yes, if you're a pastor, if you're there doing the God's work, you're supposed to be humble, okay? You're not supposed to be flashy. You're not supposed to be, you know, this is some new stuff. This is some new stuff that these people started doing. We don't get down like that. Okay. We didn't get down like that. That wasn't how it worked. Okay. And Pastor Broom, after my mother passed away, I remember, him coming to my house. Okay. And he lived quite a ways away, but he would make time, cause it was just me. Cause my father passed away back when I was younger. I was around 10 or 11, maybe 12. My dad passed away. So from age of 12 to 17 or 18, I think that the summer of my 18th birthday is when my mom passed away. So it was just my mother, you know, my older sister, myself, my mother. So my mom passed away, it was just my older sister. She was in her mid-20s, I believe. My aunt was there. My grandma was there as well. My grandma moved in with us, and but Pastor Broom would come, okay, to my house every, I believe it was on Sundays. After he got done with his service, he would come to my house just to do Bible study with me. You know, and he did that. Didn't ask him to do that. I think maybe my grandma asked him, or I don't know. I don't even think nobody asked him. He just, you know, he knew what was going on. And so, you know, he would come by and, you know, check on me. And yeah, you know, we read scripture and he explained stuff to me. You know, I'd have questions. And yeah, you know, and that's what I mean. Like that. So there are good people out there. And see, the people like this, okay, the people that are doing this type of stuff, you know, this effery, the Bentleys and all that. See, they give everybody else a bad rap. See, if you don't know what I know, if you didn't actually know people like I know, you know, I know people, pastors that are actually, again, doing it for the right reasons and are good people. See, if you don't know, if you just grew up if you grew up going to this church, yeah, I feel bad for you. Because you're going to think all these people are like this. You're going to think all the pastors are like this. So, and that's too bad. So that, I guess that's, you know, I just wanted to share that story because, yeah, I don't think they're all like this. But see, this is a trend. Like I said, this is some new stuff. Okay. This is some new stuff with these pastors, you know, and the Al Sharptons and, you know, all this stuff. And again, the lavish lifestyles, you know, again, people, and they only exist because people allow them to. Literally, people give them their money so that they can live lavish lifestyles. And so you can go and, yeah. And I guess people do it, you know, because they tell you again, and they're not, that's what I mean. The people that are doing this, they're not, you know, people are kind of suckered into doing this because, oh yeah, you know, this is your ticket in type thing, right? And, you know, hey, again, you can't help everybody. You can't save everybody. Okay. People choose, you know, that's part of being free. Okay. We choose to an extent, we make our own choices, you know, And that's just one of those things where people are just choosing to do that. So I understand why, why the dude is upset, stage the protest. That's good. Yeah, because people should know, the effery that's going on, right? So I agree. Yes, make some noise. Call them, call these people out. Right. Call these people out for sure. But at the end of the day, I would be really like talking talking to the people like, like when they come out, hey, do you guys really, like, why do you keep, they're not helping the community at all when they're in a position that they can. But no, they're taking wealth out of, they're building wealth on the backs of the community, okay? These pastors that operate and these religious organizations that operate this way, they're building wealth for themselves on the backs of their constituents, okay? And people got to wake up. People got to wake up. Let me get to the comments. Oh man. My bad. Let me see what. Heather says, society wants us to believe money equals happiness, etc. Society needs to realize that they're holding mere morals up as idols. Mortals up as idols and gods. Yeah. So again, even if money is happiness, then yeah. If that's what you operate on, then why are you giving all your money to this guy, to the pastor? And he's living it up comfortably. And yeah, you on a budget. That's what I mean. People people are literally brainwashed. Okay, when it gets to this level, when your pastor's roll in Detroit, now come on now. In Detroit, your pastor's rolling up in a Bentley, and you living in Detroit. Come on, man. Your church is in Detroit. It ain't LA, it ain't like Hollywood. It's Detroit. I don't. Again, people are just brainwashed, man. There's really nothing you can do about it. Okay, but yeah, try to look again. If I got family that's doing something like that, I'm gonna try and talk to them. I'm gonna try and convince them, you really, this isn't your ticket in, in my opinion, giving your money to some church that's doing, that's operating on this level of effery is, not your ticket in. Okay. In my opinion. And I would just, again, do my best to try and convince, my friends or family, hey, there's a better way. You want to tithe, you want to do whatever. There's better ways to do it. I wouldn't be giving my money to somebody who's rolling around in a Bentley and who keeps asking, who's literally $1,000. Who in that church is making $1,000? He said they asked for $1,000. You can't do 1,000. Do 300. We got ATMs, and that's another thing I didn't realize. I was watching Eddie Griffin, Funny Money, man. Look him up. He has a video on that specifically, on the religion and how bad it's gotten, in the black community specifically. Now the white folks are doing it too. You got those dudes. What's that guy? The guy that flies around the jet and it's whatever. Again, it ain't got there's no discrimination when it comes to the, people taking advantage. Okay. It doesn't matter. Because that's what I mean. They're using religion to do the same thing. Doesn't matter, white or black. Some people are using it to, to basically make themselves wealthy. And that's it. That's it. If people woke up and stopped participating, these people would not exist. They would have nobody to take advantage of. At least not at that level to where, yes, they're driving Bentleys and they have private jets. And God knows what else, all these properties, they're all tax exempt. Man, it's whatever. Again, people need to quit participating. Oh man. Let me see. Let me get to the comments. Heather says, we have a large population, which means more percentages of creeps are hidden in the church, schools, political institutions, etc. Yes, the blinders are our own fault. Right. Because at this point, again, they're doing their behavior and their true intentions. Look, it's all out there in the open. Like, again, how many years do you got to see the guy roll up in a new Bentley to figure out that it's because you choose to do that. You want to be poor and you want to make this guy rich just because he can, he talks about, the Bible every Sunday. Okay, that's your choice. That's your choice. And for me, like I would tell the guy, the guy that organized the protest, like I said, that's good, because you got to call people, you got to draw attention to this stuff. And, more of us need to talk about it. That's another reason why it's going on. Nobody's really talking about it. Nobody's disagreeing with it, and it's not, yeah. I would, again, instead of asking, man, that's not, of course it's not right. That's not, these people, again, they're doing it, they're doing it to make themselves wealthy. That's it. It's not like they don't know what they're doing. It's not like, forget it. Again, these people are predators. Okay. These people that do these types of things and then use religion, again, to bamboozle people. Again, we all know this, like, again, religion, when people get involved with anything, people have seems like when people get involved is when, things get messed up, right? People can mess anything up. If you look back through history, people, want to control things. You got, again, bad people that, again, want to take advantage, and yeah, it's like that with everything. Certain people get involved. People can ruin anything, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. People can ruin anything. If we're going to talk about that, that's what I mean. You don't need some, again, it's not necessary. You don't need a pastor to tell you that you're good enough, to go to the next level, whatever that may be for you. I mean, again, you don't need anybody to tell you that, again, your personal relationship with, your spiritual, affiliation, whatever you believe in, that, it's a personal thing. Okay. My girlfriend, we talk about this sometimes because, she'll say, like, whatever, I'm doing something. Oh yeah, I'll pray for you. It's like, and I kind of, I laugh because it's like, and not because she thinks she takes it the wrong way. She thinks it's because I'm not religious. And it's not that. It's because, like, again, we don't pray when we need something, like, it's praying and, and again, your relationship with God, again, is a personal thing. So for me, like, it's like, I appreciate it, but again, because when somebody needs something, it's not when I'm like, hey, I'll pray for you. I don't do it that way. Like, again, it's like, okay, oh, well, yeah, of course I'm thinking about you. And, but yeah, when I do, I read the Bible and I read other, texts, religious texts as well. And, that's what I mean. Again, everybody, you get what you, again, that relationship is personal. So it's different for everybody. We could both read, I guess my point I'm trying to say is, like, we could both read the same passage in the Bible, right? And, you will take something away from it that's totally different than what I take away from it, right? I guess that's my point. And as long, if you understand that, that's what I mean. So when I see all this, these people supporting, these types of organizations, these pastors that are doing, especially in the black community, the white community, and white people do it too, it's just like, I don't understand it because I don't need, it's not necessary. And it sure ain't necessary. I don't need I don't need to be given thousands of dollars a week in Detroit. This is just one of those extreme examples. Okay. Well, again, people are doing it. Like, we're $1,000 taking up the offering. Yeah. $1,000. That's, yeah. People are, again, you can't fault them. You cannot fault Pastor so-and-so in Detroit for driving a Bentley because people gave that to him. Like his constituents, they want him to have it. So if he chooses not to, give back to the community, that's his choice. Just like people chose to make him wealthy. He ain't got to give nobody a dime. You just got to look out for his own. And so it's up to, it's up to everybody. That's what I mean. To wake up, say, look, yeah, when are the people in that church going to wake up and start looking out for their own, for themselves? See, that's the question I have. And that's the only way anything like this is going to, a solution, as far as like, like people are kind of like, it seems like, yeah, this shouldn't be happening. Well, again, they're not doing anything wrong. People are, volunteering. People are choosing, again, to support this. So if you want to change something, you have to change the way people go about doing things. So everybody in that church, needs to make that conscious decision to say, you know what? If we can get together and come up with 10 grand every week to give to this church, maybe we should like do that amongst us instead of giving it to them. Maybe we should come together, and if it's about the community, then maybe we should come up and get together and put our money together and, help the community amongst ourselves. Well, again, what do because that's not what that church is there for. I'm speaking specific. If you're giving him thousands of dollars a week, if they're asking for $1,000 each, they're probably they're thinking they can get at least half of that. So that's what I mean. If you're going in there and giving like $500 a week, I don't know how many people are in that church, but let's say 100. Okay. Aren't there some people that can organize and get together and take that money and put it to better use in the community than just giving it to the guy so he can go buy another Bentley and buy some more suits and buy his family nice stuff? Is that hard? Is that too hard to do? I don't think so. It says Q 2024. No, not me. And trust me, if you ever see me, hey, look, yeah, they done got me, and that's the clone. If you ever see me up here talking about running for trying to get into politics, yeah, it ain't me. The body snatchers have gotten me, yes, and they're trying to. There's no way I'd get into politics. But yeah. So yeah, money is a tool, right? And yeah, things like this, it's a shame that, things like this are happening.
Serving the community in their estimation.
Still in 2021, people are, again, supporting the effery, and it's, and like, it's not going to change, it has to come, again, people have to make the right choices. Again, these predators, okay, they can only operate, again, if you give it up. They can't, they're not going to show up at your house and take it from you like some some organizations can. They can send the goons. The church can't send the goons. Okay, not that I'm aware of. Okay, yeah. So Pastor Jenkins over there in Detroit, you say, nah, man, I ain't giving you no more money. That's it. End of discussion. He's got to move on. He's got to go find some more, some more suckers to take advantage of. So that, yeah. So if you're in the community and you're pissed off about that, I would, yeah, the best thing to do is, yes, come on. Everybody might not listen, but enough people, you can get enough people to say, you know what, yeah, this ain't cool. And yeah, we need to do X, Y, Z here. This money, we got to do something better with our money, put our money better to use. Then that's what you need to focus on, in my opinion. If it's about the money that he's getting, and start diverting some of that. Get some people on your side. Get together. Put your money together and start doing something constructive over there in Detroit, because that's crazy in Detroit. Cats rolling around in Bentleys. How could you live with yourself? How could you live with yourself? I never got that. Again, we're all good people. Like we naturally want to do the right thing, and doing something like that, I could never do that. I could never take somebody's money, and go up there and talk shit every Sunday and take your money and then show up in a Bentley while you guys are, neighborhood is whatever, right? Crime is whatever. No, I could never do that. So that's what I mean. These people that do these things, they're not good people, That's putting it mildly. And that's what I'm saying. Like you gotta watch out for these types of predators, which is what they are. Okay? They're predators, and you gotta realize what they are and treat them accordingly. Okay. That's how that's my opinion on that. And that's how I navigate and look at things. And yeah, I see people like that. All right, I know what you about. Keep it pushing. Pull up the comments. What time is it? Yeah. How are we on time? Oh, just at an hour. Okay. Hey, what's up? Kevin says they better not. What are you talking about? They better not. You will give me a reason. Heather says you'll give me a reason to start a podcast so I can expose your clone. Yeah, Q 2024. Yes. So yeah, again, you ever see me running for office? Yeah, it ain't me. Trust me. I'm telling you, I'm putting on our record right now. You'll never see me run for political office. You'll never see me involved with any kind of, on any level, politics, because again, I already, not saying that, again, I've had conversations with, politicians, again, people running for office. And I've said this before, people that are running for office are different. Some of them are different than people who have been in office for years and years, right? If you're a career politician, it is what it is. You're trying, but some people, again, just like, story I told about Pastor Broom, there are people that, have the right intentions, that are in it for the right reasons. Okay. Not just to come up, not just to benefit for themselves. Cause let's be honest. Politics is not a lucrative, it's not a good paying job. Okay. Especially on the local level. Okay. So a lot of people get into it. Again, it's not about a job. It's about, yes, I can build relationships. I can use some of this leverage that I'm going to have to benefit myself. A lot of people get into it for that. Straight off rip. Okay. Let's be 100%. That's why a lot of people get into politics. But there are some people, and I've spoken to them, there are some people that I've worked with in the past at events and stuff. We did a town hall thing. Oh, man, his name's Rodney. I can't remember the man's last name. I did, we did promos, and I'll pull that up. Because we did some good promo spots. And yeah, we had we did a town hall event. He was running for, I want to say city council in Las Vegas. This was a few years ago. Rodney Harris, I believe his name was. He's a veteran. And so, I met him, and I was around him, there was a few weeks there. We were doing events in Vegas, and yeah, very sincere guy. Okay. And yes, he was running for, like I said, city council, I believe, on a local level down there in Vegas. And yes, he was, seemed to me, like, yeah, very sincere, wanting to do the right thing. Okay. Sure. There are people like that are trying to get into politics that do. But my thing is, it's hard. Okay. Once you get in, and if you're there for 10, 20 years, 30 years, again, to stay in there, because, politics is politics, man. And, you got to play the game. So my thing is, it's got to be hard to stay, to stay, like morally, to have a moral, morally balanced, again, the longer you're in there, the environment is whatever, and you can't operate unless you play by certain rules. So that's my thing about career politicians. Okay. As far as trust goes, yes, I'd trust somebody that's just getting into politics more than I would somebody that's been in for 10, 20 years, whatever. It's my 2 cents on that. Heather says, I think they need I think we need a national belly button check. Is that how a belly button check day? Is that how you check for? Oh, okay, because clones don't have belly buttons. Is that what that is? Yeah, Kevin says, yeah, come to my home, yeah, and take anything. Yeah, no, nobody. That's what I'm saying. So with the church, with some of these black churches and situations here, man, again, just stop giving these people your money when come on, what they're about. Again, just say no, and they can't. That's it. They can't come take your money. They can't do anything, and they just got to move on. Trust me, they will. That's one of those things where if you just say no, if people just stop going to that church, what would they do? They would shut down. They would lock the doors, and they would move on. That's how easy that is to get rid of, the parasitic predator element, okay, in religion, organized religion that we call the black church, or whatever. Yeah, that's how easy it is to get rid of those people. Stop going. Stop going. They will close the doors and you'll never see them again. And like I said, organize yourselves. Organize yourselves, man. And yes, put your money to better use the community. Come on, it's 2021. What are we doing? Still doing this? What are we even doing? I don't know. Kevin says, responsibility of the politician is to do what's best for the people, not overpay themselves. Sure, that's what they're supposed to do. But what they're supposed to do and what we see them doing, it's two different things. Yeah, Kevin says, right, stay right. And try and serve the people, right? But unfortunately, we keep seeing, these stories like Ted Cruz, again, what these people do, versus what they should be doing. It is what it is. Heather says to stay in, you end up negotiating with your morals. Right. So that was my point. Yeah. Thanks for saying that, because I was trying to find a better way. But basically, right, to be able, again, to be in politics for a long period of time, you have to make some compromises, right? Moral compromises. Very good way to put it, in my opinion. You do. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. The longer you're in there, you're going to do things that, this ain't right. I probably shouldn't be doing this, but you're going to do it. If you want to continue to play the game, you want to continue to benefit. And so, is what it is. Okay. Heather says, if you're hatched, there's no belly button. I didn't know that. So yeah, so the clones, so yeah. Yeah, there's no belly button. Oh, that's one of the trademarks. That's how you can tell. Okay. Got it. And then Heather says, the thing is, the devastation of those parishioners can be so great, they could lose all benefits of their religion. Right. Look, again, like I was saying, I feel for people that's all they know as far as the church. See, I know better. Okay, when I went to church, there weren't people. I didn't go to a church like that. Okay, my grandmother, she tithed, and my grandmother was, she was the one as far as church. She made us all go until we got big enough to where she couldn't make us go anymore. But but no, she was never, involved with any church like, we were never involved in anything like that. I never saw anything like that going on. Now, did she watch, she watched like the 700 Club, Pat Robertson, and did she send them some money? I'm sure she did, but, it wasn't like we were, because, you got these people that are sending now, they're sending their money to where they're, and they're like broke. You guys have probably heard these stories, like the, elderly people sending these TV, these TV pastors all their money to where they don't, they're like flat broke and they're just sending them all their money. And the family, and the families are like, grandma, come on. And, it's too bad. It's too bad because, again, they're brainwashed. They think that they have to do that to be in good favor. Okay, because that's what these people are basically that's what they're telling you. Okay, and they're literally telling you, yes, send it. Yes, send me this money because if you don't, it's not good. It's not a good look. Like that's what they're doing. They're actually telling people this. And that's why people, these people are brainwashed into doing it. Too bad. Kevin says, yeah, they should pour over the Constitution, the Bill of Rights every day before their jobs to stay focused on their purpose. Yeah. Right. They did. Yeah. I think we're way past that. The Bill of Rights. Yo, with all this stuff they're talking about nowadays, man, it's like, yeah, does anybody know? Like, what was that? Is anybody going off of anything in the Constitution? Because with some of this stuff, they're totally going against like the stuff they're coming up with. Like, yo, you're not supposed to be doing this. Hey. Yep. Yeah. Kevin says, yeah, swindling in the name of religion. Yes. That's so, again, we got to do better. I'm saying people, we got to do better. This shouldn't be happening. It really bothers me that this type of stuff is still going on in the Black community, especially, where I'm from. Come on, Detroit. Come on, people. Come on. It's time. It's time, man. It is what it is. Don't support these people no more. Don't support these people no more. There are able-minded, able-bodied people in the community. Again, that we could help each other. We just have to do that. Okay, we have to that's what I mean. We can get together every Sunday, in Detroit. I'm using this as an example. Yeah, we can get together every Sunday in this church in Detroit where this guy, is living like 50 Cent or whatever, at Bentleys and mansions and all this stuff. And he's literally, the church is in the hood. Church is in the ghetto. Okay. And cats rolling up, however deep and it's like a movie, but it's true. They're rolling up in their Bentleys and their Hummers and and then they roll up, take your money and roll out. It's really happening. It's really happening. Still, it's nuts. It's nuts to me. Very simple solution. Stop going. I hope a lot of people, and that's why, we talk about this stuff. Cause people, people need to really, make better choices. Yes. Yeah. Kevin says yes. And property in Detroit, right, is cheap. Right. So again, in my opinion, those people are investing. It's a bad investment they're making. They're investing in that church and that pastor in his organization, because that's basically what you're doing there. You're giving your money. When, again, you know, as a community, you could be doing something way more constructive with those funds, for sure. For sure. Yeah, put your money together, build your own church, and get somebody that's on the level to run it. Okay? For real. Like, come on, do something. Heather says, we must remember the Great Awakening or change is unfortunately birth in mass loss, tragedy, and chaos. Yep, true. Yeah, by the time, and that's what they always say, by the time, people do realize, it's like too late, right? By the time, most people realize what's going on, that goes for everybody. I'm not saying I know everything, but yeah, by the time we, it's like, oh, it's too late. Because it is. But by the time you see, hey, it's too late. So yeah, we do the best we can. We do the best we can around here. That's all we can do. That's all we can promise to do is do the best we can. All right, y'all. Yeah, we're that's about it for time. Actually went a little bit over, but it's all good. I had a good conversation. I appreciate everybody checking in. So yeah, Ted Cruz and and the Detroit pastor, it's kind of the same thing. Again, you got people on a certain level treating us, kind of showing you that, they don't have your best interest at heart. Okay. Let's put it mildly. All right. But those are two examples of that's what that is. Okay. Pastors that take your money and then roll up in Bentleys and live in, they don't care about you. All right. The same thing with Ted Cruz. Okay. You go, you take a trip to Cancun in the middle of a statewide emergency, a real emergency where people are, people's lives are at stake, and you decide to go down to Cancun with your family. Again, you don't care. You're saying, by your actions, you're saying, I don't care about what's going on in my jurisdiction. Again, that's your job. So, of course, these people should be held accountable. Okay, and that's all we can do. Okay, hold them accountable. Don't support the effery. So yeah, when election time rolls around, you playing that game. You gonna vote for Ted Cruz this time around? It is what it is. I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah. Kevin says, one love. Yes, sir. Yeah. Appreciate you. Yeah. Appreciate you, family. Thanks. Yeah, it's my Kevin is my cousin from back, one of my cousins from back east. So yeah, when we're doing the show on Facebook, that's the one good thing about Facebook. I'm able to reconnect with a lot of friends and family that I grew up with, went to school with, etc. That are on Facebook, and yeah, pop in. So yeah, that's the one good thing about Facebook. Heather says, yeah, noble cause corruption is riddled everywhere. Yeah, for sure. For your own good, that's what I mean, But how do you explain, again, Ted Cruz? There's no explaining that. That's what I mean. It's like, it's terrible. But again, people just need to, take it for what it is and understand and deal with these people accordingly. I think if we managed our expectations better, we would all be better off. Okay, I think I'm going to end it there. All right, that's it. Digging into crates, the Pearly Q podcast. Listen, make sure you're following, all right, on all social media at Pearly Q. Make sure you follow it and subscribe on YouTube. Donation, all right, links in the description as well. PayPal donation links. Cash App is PQ. That's PCUE. All right, for everybody listening on the audio podcast. Cash App is PCUE. And yeah, at Pearly Q on all social media. That's PEARLIECUE. All right. We'll see you guys in the next video.